Morning, dear students. Today's topic of study in biology is genetic material, or often known as nucleic acids. Now, what are nucleic acids? They are biopolymers or small biomolecules which are essential to all forms of life. So, nuclein was first discovered by Frederick Mesher in 1869. However, the term nucleic acid was first given by Richard Altman in 1889. Now, talking of nucleic acids, there are two major types. One is DNA, which stands for deoxyribose nucleic acid, and the other is RNA, which stands for ribonucleic acid. Now, looking up some major differences between the both of them is DNA stands for deoxyribose nucleic acid, whereas RNA stands for ribonucleic acids. In DNA, the pentose sugar is a major component which is made up of deoxyribose, whereas the pentose sugar of RNA is made up of ribose. Secondly, an important difference is that in DNA, they are comprises of four different types of nitrogenous bases, in which thymine is present in DNA, but you can see in RNA thymine is absent, and in absence of which uracil is the base which is present in RNA and absent in DNA. Now, another difference is that in DNA, second carbon atom is comprised of one less hydroxyl group, that is only H is present, whereas in RNA it has a hydroxyl group present and C2, and the presence of this hydroxyl group makes RNA less stable than compared to DNA. Talking of the functional responsibilities of DNA and RNA, then DNA is the genetic material, stores genetic information, transfers it from one generation to other, whereas RNA is majorly responsible for protein synthesis. Now, talking of the structure of DNA, DNA is comprised of three major components. First is pentose sugar, second is nitrogenous base, and third is phosphate ion. Pentose sugar, as the name indicates, it is made up of 5 carbon atoms. In DNA, it is of deoxyribose. You can see the structure. Second carbon atom is comprised only of H, whereas in RNA, the sugar is ribose, and the second carbon atom is comprised of a OH. Next, nitrogenous bases are of two types, purine and pyrimidine. Purine comprises of adenine and guanine, whereas pyrimidine comprises of cytosine, uracil, thymine, where thymine is present only in DNA and uracil is present only in RNA. Third component is a phosphorus ion, which is derived from phosphorus. Now, here you can see the three different components. They are aligned together this way, which is collectively known as nucleotide. If it is a RNA, we call it as a ribonucleotide, and if it is a DNA, we call it as deoxyribonucleotide. Now, here you can see how the pairing is done. The 5 carbon pentose sugar, you can see first carbon atom is linked to purine or pyrimidine. So the first carbon atom is linked either to purine or pyrimidine, and the second carbon atom comprises of either H or OH in case of DNA and RNA respectively, and the fourth carbon atom is linked to the phosphate ion, whereas the fifth carbon atom stands ahead. Now, this three together make up a nucleotide, and if the phosphate ion is absent, then the sugar plus the base comprises of nucleoside, which is different from nucleotide. Now, another bond which is coming in front of us is the presence of a glycosidic bond. This bond is the bond which pairs the sugar and the nitrogenous base. Now, it is an covalent bond found between sugar and nitrogenous base, and how it forms? It forms between 9th nitrogen of purine, or first nitrogen of pyrimidine, and first nitrogen of sugar. So this is how the glycosidic bond is formed. Talking of a double structure, helical structure of DNA, it was given by Watson and Crick in 1953 based on X-ray diffraction of image of DNA. In this double helical structure, the two DNA helix, they are aligned anti-parallel to each other. That is, one strand reads in 5' 3' direction, while the other reads in 3' to 5' direction. Now, how the two strands are aligned? In the presence in both the strands, the nitrogenous base, that is either pyrimidine or purine of one strand, pairs with the purine or pyrimidine of the other strand, while the sugar phosphate backbone rests on the outside, and the bases are aligned together by purine or pyrimidine. Two nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester bond. Another bond which comes into light is the presence of phosphodiester bond. This is the bond which joins two nucleotides. Now, in the formation of the DNA double helical structure, always keep into mind that adenine always pairs with thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds, and guanine always pairs with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. Adenine will never pair with cytosine, and guanine will never pair with thymine. And the number of bonds is also constant. AT pairs with 2 and GC 3 hydrogen bonds. And as described earlier, the two strands are anti-parallel to each other. Here you can see the two strands, they are anti-parallel. One is 5' to the other is 3' direction. So this is a short video regarding DNA. Thank you.